Hey y'all, welcome to Peyton Energetics. I'm Peyton, and today we're going to be talking about a really cool member of our galactic family, one of the star races that you may not know anything about, and that is the Cassiopeians. Now, as you know, as we crossed into 2023, we entered the window for open contact. And what that means is that our galactic family has been given permission to start having more interaction with us here on Earth. So the guides thought it was a good idea to start talking to us a little bit more about our galactic family. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the star races that most humans don't know a whole lot about. Most of us don't have contact or connection with the Cassiopeians, but the guides say they're actually one of the star systems, one of the top 6 or 7 that has the closest connections to Earth. So it's kind of funny that this is a race that has more contact with us than most other races in the galaxy, but most of us have never heard of them. So today the guides are going to tell us a little bit about the Cassiopeians, who they are, where they come from, and a little bit about their civilization. So when the guides talk about the Cassiopeians, they describe them as being a civilization that descended from the original Lyrans. So as you know from your galactic history, human form in our galaxy is said to have originated in the Lyran constellation. So the original humanoid forms in our galaxy were said to have come from the Lyran star system, from Lyran stars, and also from the star system that we know as Vega. So the Lyrans and the Vegans are said to be the 2 original strains of humanoid form in our galaxy. And these forms are said to have descended from one of the 2 seed races in the galaxy, which was the feline beings. So the guides say that the original Lyrans had a very strong feline connection, very strong feline energy. And that is because they descended from the feline beings that first colonized our galaxy. So as you know the story from your galactic history, the Lyrans and Vegans were driven out of their beautiful paradise star system all throughout the galaxy as a result of some pretty brutal galactic wars. So according to the guides, the original Lyrans and Vegans were brutally attacked by the ancient reptilians and driven from their home. So they had to flee the Lyran constellation, and this is what caused them to spread out throughout the galaxy seeking refuge, trying to get away from the pesky reptilians that were pursuing them. So what happened is, this is what the guides say spread humanoid form throughout the galaxy. The Lyrans and the Vegans then went on to colonize all of the star systems that we are now familiar with, and which have led to kind of the explosion of humanoid form throughout the galaxy. And the Cassiopeians were no exception to this. So the Cassiopeians, according to the guides, were one of the descendants from the original Lyran feline beings. So as a result of the Lyrans having to flee their home star system, one of the places they settled was the Cassiopeian system. So when the guides are talking to us about the Cassiopeians, they describe them as being beautiful feline beings. So they are said to be very, very cat-like in nature. So they're described as being just elegant and graceful and masters of being in the moment, being in the heart. And they are said to be just absolutely lovely, very high-dimensional beings. So the guides often describe the Cassiopeians as being crystalline beings, although they say there are still some in physical form or quasi-physical form, because as the guides like to remind us in all of these videos, when they talk about a star system like the Cassiopeians, it is often a very broad system with a lot of variety. So generally, when we are talking about our star family, We're talking about star systems that have countless races, thousands of species of being at many different dimensional levels. So it's very easy for our human minds to think that all of one race must be one thing. But the guides always like to remind us that that's not the case. So we have to just keep in mind that the description the guides give us doesn't mean that every single Cassiopeian will be like this. The guides just like to give us the overview, the general impression, or what they like to say is the beings that are most relevant to us. So when they talk to us about the Cassiopeians, they say that they are beautiful, high-dimensional feline beings with this beautiful divine feminine energy. Now, the guides say that the Cassiopeians, just to give us a sense of their civilization, come from primarily one very large planet that the guides say is about twice the size of Earth, and that is home to about 20 billion Cassiopeian beings. So as you can see, it's a very populated civilization. And the guides say, again, that most of these beings are very high dimensional. So this is a very advanced, very evolved race. And it's one of the races that has achieved interstellar travel. So this is a race that is out and about throughout the galaxy and is very, very advanced. Something else the Cassiopeians are known for is, first of all, the guides say that they live for about 500 years. So that's what you can think of as a typical Cassiopeian lifespan. And the guides say that the Cassiopeians are very dedicated to service. So they are known to be beings that are very, very loving, very, very nurturing. So they are said to be excellent at relationships because they are just very welcoming, very inclusive, but they are, interestingly, according to the guides, one of the races that is not as likely to show itself to humans. So that's one of the reasons that most of us in the spiritual community don't hear a whole lot about the Cassiopeians. And the guides say it's because they're one of the races that is more reluctant to interact directly with us. But as we continue to go through the explosion of starseeds that we are going through on the planet right now, I'm imagining that we're going to start to see and hear a lot more about the Cassiopeians. Now, the Cassiopeians are known for being expert healers. So they're known in particular for being fantastic at body work. So they are known for being very good at helping work on physical bodies. And they're known for being very, very experienced with sacred geometry, with math, with all forms of work with crystals, and with having a very strong expertise with sound healing. So the Cassiopeians, again, known for being very big healers, very big at many healing modalities, and just excelling in particular at body work and sound healing. Something else that kind of sets the Cassiopeians apart from some of the other star races is they have a real reputation for being very, very precognitive. So this is a race that is said to be excellent at seeing the big picture. So they don't get distracted with the tiny details. They really have an eye for knowing what is going on overall. So they're described as being, when you think of them in the galactic family, the guides say that they're very in the loop. So these are a race of beings that are known for their insight. So they are said to be very insightful, very precognitive, meaning able to see and know things before it actually happens. So they're known for their insight. So they are considered to be very wise. And people seek their advice and their counsel because they have this ability to kind of see through the weeds and not be distracted by red herrings, but they are just very, very tuned in, very eye on the prize. So they're known for their incredible insight, their ability to see what's going to happen. And this is something that is one of their strengths. So one of the things that they are known for in the galactic community. And something else that they are known for is being very good at helping people shift their energy. So this is something that they are very skilled with. that they can support others in raising their vibration, whether through healing or through any other modality. So they are very skilled at working with energy and with helping other people move energy themselves. Now, the Cassiopeians are also known for being very active. So they are known to love doing things. And of course, we're talking about the more physically oriented Cassiopeians right now, but they're said to love doing things. And as you might remember from the Lyran video, this is something the original Lyrans were known for. They loved to be physical. They loved to be in a physical body, to be doing things, to be active. Even hard work, they were all about it. So the Lyrans loved activity. And this is something that the guides say the Cassiopeians share with their forefathers, is a love of activity. So they are known to be very active and to love hard work. So this is something that they are said to value and be very good at. And the other thing the guides like to point out about the Cassiopeians is that they truly are ancient souls. So the guides say this is because they descend from the original Lyrans, and so they just tend to be ancient souls. And they also have a real mastery, according to the guides, of staying in the heart. So the guides say that this is something that comes very naturally to them. And you can see the feline connection, the cat connection, because cats are so good at being in the moment. And so this is something that the Cassiopeians are known for as well. They are just said to be very good at staying out of the ego, at being present, being in the moment, and being able to nurture and uplift everyone around them. So these sound like absolutely fascinating beings. I hope we will have more contact with them as we move through our open contact, because I don't know about y'all, but I am so fascinated by the feline races and can't wait for the guides to share more about them. Now, let's talk for a second about what their energy feels like, because as we have been talking in these star race videos, each of the star races kind of has their own energy vibe. So we notice that the Pleiadians feel kind of buzzy and energizing, and the Arcturians feel very soothing and like a day at the spa. So I always like to ask the guides to describe the energy of the Cassiopeians, just so that we know in case we are connecting with Cassiopeian guides or Cassiopeian star family, we know what energy to look for. So according to the guides, the way Cassiopeian energy may feel to humans, and again, everyone perceives energy a little differently, but this just gives you a flavor, something to kind of wrap your mind around. The guides say that the Cassiopeian energy is very strong and intense in nature. And if you are someone who is able to see colors when you connect with energy, you may notice that their energy is white or gold, according to the guides. So this is how Cassiopeian energy may show up if you're connecting with it. And again, this is one of the races that has, up until now, not had a huge relationship with us here on Earth. But as we move into the window of open contact, all of that is changing. So hopefully we will all start to get more of an opportunity to connect with Cassiopeian beings and maybe meet some more of those very rare Cassiopeian starseeds. So if you do, and if you notice you're connecting with an energy that is white or gold, and as we have talked in several other videos, a lot of our star family has blue energy. So white and gold energy might be a great way for us to know that we're connecting with the Cassiopeians. So looking for white or gold energy and an energy that's very strong and very intense. So that's how the guides describe what we may as humans sense as Cassiopeian energy, or how we may pick it up. So I hope this has helped you understand the very fascinating Cassiopeians, and hopefully we'll get to know them more. So let me know in the comment box if you have ever connected with Cassiopeian energy, and if so, what it felt like to you, because it's pretty rare. So drop that in the comment box below, and while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you soon. Bye.